Good morning, back at Pacific now. I stepped across from the office. I didn't go to bed till 6 a.m. yesterday. It is currently 11:30. I've been getting like 4.5, 5-ish hours of sleep, and my body's been doing okay. But I just kept having terrible dreams and like kept waking up thinking like someone was knocking on my car door or like a tow truck was coming or a cop or something. I'm still spooked. I gotta get over it. But I'm parked. Definitely not staying here, but I'm parked right across from the school. It's the best spot. It was the best spot, but now it looks like I won't be doing that. I'm gonna go head to Starbucks for a minute, do some housekeeping things, and then I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do today. I don't know if I'm liking this sleeping schedule. Like going to bed at 6, waking up at 11, and then staying up till 6. We'll see. We will see, we'll see. It's a bad time of the month. It's like I'm in between like payments and stuff, and so I have no money. Literally no money. This is my last Cliff Bar, and then I'm eating tuna again. My phone got shut off. I love life. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's pretty gorgeous out today though. Pretty windy. Still pretty. But no one cares. Let's go start the day. Uh-oh, what's going on there? I was changing out of this shirt and stuff. I thought I was gonna get in trouble actually. He pulled right up as I was there. Whew. Getting spooked. Super windy. Oh my gosh, the devil. I love it, dude. Only in Los Angeles. They got crazy homeless people. They got devils. They got weirdos living in their car. Woo! Hashtag homeless life. Oh, this looks like a great bathroom. Never gets old. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but all I know is that I do love this song right now.
I don't want your money. No, you don't gotta spend nothing on me. All I want is sweet, sweet love. Sweet, sweet love. I don't want dollars. No, you don't gotta be a high roller. All I want is sweet, sweet love. Sweet, sweet love.
Dude, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, have a good one. You too. Alright, once again, Arbor kills it. They gave me 2 free bearings. I am going to put on a new bearing so I can actually roll. And then I'm gonna cruise down to the 99-cent store, spend the rest of my $1.50 on a loaf of bread so I can eat until I get some moolah. And then just cruise around, I think. Simple casual day. I can't get too wild today. I didn't sleep at all. Yeah, now. Alright, that is nice. This thing is cruising. As good as it can be.
Sitting poolside, wondering if I'll find a girl like you.
Check out these skate stoppers. They're Starfish. Enjoying some hot dogs. This isn't a tuna talk. This is just a relaxing back alley hot dog. Oh, the Drake cover. Taji's song. It went really good. It was sweet. That was cool. Check it out. I'm gonna play it right now.
I've got fake people showing fake love to me straight up to my face. Straight up to my face. See me up to work. 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 Straight up to my face. Straight up to my face. Straight up to my face. I've been down so low and they look up to me. They look up to me. I've got fake people showing fake love to me.
you can't see it, but it's an all blacked out like Beamer i8, and I parked right next to it. I still think I have the cooler car. Mine wins. You can't live in that car. That car. My God, this coffee is making me crazy. So like when you're not recording, there's a white autofocus box when your camera is in manual focus. And for some reason, like I just noticed it and I didn't know it went away when you recorded. So I was like, oh my God, like why, how do I get rid of this box? Like I could have sworn it's never there. It goes away when you start recording. I was going crazy. I just spent like 20 minutes like, what's going on? But no, okay. I wanted to, nothing too eventful. I want to let you know what I'm doing. I am working on a little proposal thing. So there is this thing called the Adobe Creative Residency, and one of my friends sent it over. And what it is you basically get backing from Adobe to work on a project all year long, and they fund you, which is awesome. And they like help you along with the project, and it's just like a great like mentoring program, and there's just all this cool resources that you can use. So I think I'm gonna apply for that. So that's what I've been doing the past couple hours. Nothing too exciting going on here. But I thought I'd let you know, I think the project I want to propose, it's something that I had always wanted to do that I had never done. And I think it could be really cool. I kind of done it, kind of didn't. Sound culture and design class, it was a podcasting class basically, in college, my senior year. And we had to make a podcast, and I used the idea of a previous idea that I had to go around the world and ask people the one question. If you could go back to when you were 20 years old, what one piece of advice would you give yourself? And this arose when I was like 20 years old. I say this story in the podcast. I'll just play the quick little podcast thing right now, and I'll overlay it over some cool B-roll.
I specifically remember a time in my life when I was 20 years old. I was working third shift at Kohl's. It was like 4 a.m. in the morning. I was hopped up on a pot of coffee, unloading boxes off a semi. And I remember thinking to myself, what the fuck am I doing? Like, how the hell did I get to this point? What am I doing with my life? I've always been really big on entrepreneurial success stories and different journeys people have taken throughout life. I was in desperate need for some advice. And so I got the idea to go around the world and ask people one question. If they could go back to when they were 20 years old, what one piece of advice would you give yourself? So clearly, 4 years later, I never did it. So I thought, why not start now with this podcast? You're listening to Advice at 20.
When I was young, I used to dream of being rich. Having a lot of houses and cars, couldn't know which one was which. And finding me a chick and getting hitched.
So yeah, that's how I came up with the idea. And then so then I like made that little podcast, you know, and I never like continued it because I didn't want it to be a podcast. I didn't know what I wanted it to be, but it just gave me an opportunity to kind of like try it a little bit. And so I did that for my project, and I did it in a bunch of cities. I was like in Las Vegas, I did it at school in Madison, I think I did it in Milwaukee, I did it a couple other places. You know, I was at a place in my life where I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm not really progressing towards anything, and I was just questioning like my life and just everything. Like, what are we meant to do? I didn't want to live life without any regrets, you know. I feel like I was in limbo, sort of. And so, you know, I've always been big on advice, and I was just curious. So I came up with this idea. I remember when it hit me, I was on that truck unloading boxes, and all of a sudden I was hopped up on coffee, as I probably am right now. And it's just like, whoa, it just like hit me. I got all this like good anxiety. I was like, oh my God, this crazy idea. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go around the world and I'm gonna interview tons of people because I just wanted advice. I wanted people to tell me what they would have done, you know, when they were 20 years old. So I never did it, you know, whatever. So I think this would be a great opportunity to actually do that project because many of those, like that question, many of those questions I still have, and I think a lot of people still have. You know, I think it'd be great to get advice. It wouldn't be advice at 20. You know, advice at 25, advice for millennials, advice for anyone, basically. You know, if I could go back, if I could go back to when I was 20 and give myself one piece of advice, like, that's a heavy question for me. I would say, take every fault with a grain of salt. We'll see, and stay cool. No, I don't know. I would go back and tell myself just to enjoy the journey. Life isn't about societal norms and pressures that you think about when you're in college, and I would say don't compare yourself to others. And just be present in life and enjoy it and do what you want. There's so many parts of this question that I could just go on and on and on. But yeah, you know, I don't want to get too in depth with it, but I think I would just say, stay cool, bro. Stay cool. Because I think it's a sweet question. I started a blog once and I was gonna have people anonymously do it. But I think it would be really cool if I could focus the whole year on that project, go around the world and interview people, make a documentary, make a little documentary series. And then I thought maybe I could transcribe that, you know, whether it be a podcast or a book, a physical book, or even an online book. You know, I think of examples that were kind of done already, Post Secret, where people would write secrets on those postcards. You know, it was just awesome. It was a blog, and it was also a physical book, and it's kind of along the lines of that, right? And also, what is that, Humanity of New York, that guy's Facebook blog thing he does? It's probably a book too, I'm sure. You know, you just get to ask people, and I think it would be really cool to just ask all these different people, because people have been through so much, and I just think that's huge. I think it all comes down to regrets, and it's just you know, they say go to a nursing home and ask people on their deathbeds or whatever, if you could do anything differently, what would you do, or what's the meaning of life, or you know, those really heavy questions. And I think this kind of is one. I just love advice. I love advice, and I like hearing it from people of all different walks of life, honestly. And I think that's in part why I did kind of doing that homeless video, because I was getting a perspective from someone I didn't really know anything about, or type of people, or people in different situations than myself. And so I just love learning that way. And so I think it would be a pretty cool project to do. You know, I could travel around the world, interview people, document them, you know, snap a photo, create a whole documentary series, maybe create a physical book. I think that'd be so sick. Pretty cool. So I'm just applying to it, writing a little proposal. I think that'd be pretty cool. It would just allow me to work on a serious project that would benefit me, and I think benefit a lot of others. You know what they say about the millennial generation, how they're just from what I've read, they can't settle down. They're doing stuff like what I'm doing, being crazy, no longer staying in a job for a long time, having these just sporadic, spontaneous moments, dropping everything, starting a new job, moving across the country. So I think this would be great advice for millennials, but it'd also be great advice for anyone. I'd be curious to ask you guys, how about you? Here's my question. If you guys could go back to, I don't know how old you guys are, for my older subscribers, but if you could go back to when you were 20 years old, what one piece of advice would you give yourself? Because that'd be interesting. I wonder if I asked my parents that, or, you know, other people that, what would they say? Would they say, follow and chase your dreams? You know, life's too short. Just things like that. I don't know, I just think that would help me on life's journey, and I'm sure it would help tons of other people just really put things into perspective. And that's all I'm trying to do, is put things into perspective, really, and just learn. And so I think this would be an amazing project, and I've always wanted to do it. I think this is a great opportunity. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing a little proposal. I don't know if anything will come of it, but just wanted to let you guys know what I'm doing tonight. But I'm gonna end it here. So if you're watching for a minute, go below and click on it. Like and subscribe. Check back tomorrow. Stay cool.
We're